Yes, back in the motherfucking house. We
Don't
back.
be stupid. No.
Did you guys win yesterday?
Yeah. Finally. Finally.
Finally.
They got their ass whooped all preseason. They got their ass whooped by what's the first game, Kev?
Oh man, that was.
Who's the first game?
I don't for Panthers.
Panthers.
I was like,
got
I
their
almost
ass
forgot.
whooped by the Panthers.
Panthers.
And then yesterday we got a win against New York, where truthfully, that New York win was a little more valuable than that Carolina win, even though Carolina's a better team, but
Yeah.
New York's that rival, that NFC rival. So
Okay, go
it's
on.
kinda-
Introduction. You went right straight to football.
shit.
What's up,
It's
peoples?
Monday night, so we watching Monday Night Football. That's why.
That's all right. What's
What's up?
good, Tom?
Oh man, I forgot how Sloppy Joe's was hella good, man.
Yeah, Sloppy Joe's tonight.
Sloppy
Yeah, I had
Joe's.
Sloppy Joe's tonight, man. That shit was good as hell, dog.
You didn't bring none?
There wasn't enough meat. Pause.
I don't want none. Never mind. I don't want none.
I said pause. goddamn it. I said pause.
Never mind.
E, what's good, bruh?
What's happening?
What, man?
But as you alluded to, the game was. We still look bad. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we did. You're right.
I was like, man, shit, we still
You're right.
look
Defense, but for a change, defense is kind of crazy because we ain't had no defense in a few years now. It's been a while since we've been able to talk about defense for Dallas Cowboys, and they
I question one thing. Was it our defense or their badass
no,
line?
our defense was. I mean, their line is bad, but our defense is doing what they need to do because you got to remember before it didn't matter. It didn't matter how good the offensive line was or how good the offense was. We would find ways of just blowing coverages, blowing everything. We couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah.
So I mean, they played decent against Carolina,
Well, I'm gonna give
even
them.
though they lost, and they played.
Yeah.
The defense played well up against New York. So
What they hold Carolina to? 16 points, something like
I
that.
don't know.
Wasn't that many?
I ain't gonna say we held them to that shit.
Yeah, I mean, defense did okay. And then they did okay yesterday, but not great. We still don't look like we could go out there and beat nobody. Not nobody of serious talent.
I don't know. NFC was looking kind of rough. Eagles lost.
Yeah, but Carson Wentz comes back this week.
So
He's different from other old boy.
and other boy took him to the Super Bowl and won.
Yeah, he did. But old boy is not Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz was looking nice all season.
Carson. One could argue that if he would have been in there, they might not have went to the Super Bowl. I mean, we don't know that. We know one dude for sure. We know Sure Money took him to the Super Bowl and won it. So
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
those are facts. There's nothing. It's undisputable. You can't argue that. But Carson Wentz, I think they hadn't lost, right? But they lost one game or something like that.
I hate talking. I hate talking on what could have been. That's the same argument that people give us with when we talk about Emmitt Smith having the rushing record. The rushing record. People want to talk about what my man I was gonna say Barry Bonds. Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
What Barry Sanders would have done, could have done. I don't like talking about what would have been done. We know what happened. So what happened was Wentz wasn't in there, and old dude took him. So I'm afraid of old dude. I'm not afraid of Wentz. He ain't did it yet.
Yeah.
Shit, we
Okay.
could talk about what Dak could have did if he would have had an offensive. If we'd had Ezekiel Elliott last year. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
It's Monday Night Football.
All right.
But the real is real. You know what I'm saying? But since we're on the football topic, shit, we watched it yesterday. I watched it yesterday, and the biggest news wasn't the Cowboy win or the Patriots loss or anything like that. What was the biggest news of the day, E?
Shit, I don't know. The biggest news of the day.
And I'm going to choke like the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, dude, quit.
Vontae Davis. I mean, think about this. You 1 year deal, $5 million. You in the middle of a game. You sack somebody. You get up. They go to halftime. You all happy. You cheery. And you decide, fuck it.
Fuck it as in what?
I quit.
So you don't know the story? So
Don't
you gotta
tell me.
explain. You gotta,
Enlighten me, cause
so
telling me.
You said fuck it. I was like, damn.
So Buffalo, Buffalo's playing the Chargers yesterday, right? And so what's his name? Devontae? Not Devontae. It's Vontae.
I think it's Vontae.
It's
Vontae
not
Davis.
Devontae. It's Vontae.
That's Vontae Davis.
Yeah, Vontae. Vontae Davis.
He's what's the name? Davis's brother. Darren Davis.
Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
That nigga decides
Sammy?
he decided at halftime that he had enough. He quit. He retired. He didn't just quit. That nigga retired. Said that's enough. And I guess
Is it quit or retired?
that nigga retired.
After
Are
how many
you
seasons?
done or you finished? That nigga
After
retired.
how many seasons?
He been there for a
Oh,
while.
he been in for a while?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
10-year veteran, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you've been there
Was he
for
like
10 years.
32?
But what I'm saying is that you don't quit. You don't
Oh,
quit
in
at
the middle of the
halftime. You don't go in at halftime and not come back out. Not only did he quit at halftime, but then he left. The nigga went home. So after the game, when all your brothers and lost, you ain't nowhere to be found. You in cut.
And then retired.
Now, just to put it,
That's a win.
I mean, just to put it in like our, put it in what that layman's term or whatever. It's like us. I'm trying to think what we can be in the middle of where you just quit in the middle
You're a cop and you're in the shootout and you just decide to retire.
while we reloading. You just get in the car and leave and say I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, I'm good. This is a good time right here. Damn.
That's
Bro,
bananas.
you can quit. I ain't mad at you for retiring,
You could have waited till at least the end.
but you can wait to the end of the
At least
game.
bench
You
me.
don't quit in the middle of a game, bro.
just bench me for the rest of the game.
I mean, he could have easily came out and told the coach, "Look, I'm not feeling it. I don't want to play no more," and put somebody else in. And the coach would have probably looked at him crazy, but he would have had to. But he still would have been there.
Yeah,
but for
no doubt.
but for you not to be there, quit, and the players not to find out about it, but through the coach and people like so what what I'm hearing is that they come back out and people are where the fuck's Vontae at, and the coach is saying he's gone, he quit, so we got to keep on. They're hearing it from the coach. For you not to hear it from your boy, that's kind of crazy.
But
That
you
was-
know,
that was
this-
wild.
what's crazy about that? So his brother's Vernon, not Darren. Vernon Davis, who's his brother. You gotta imagine he had to been thinking about that for a long ass time. You can't just quit. Nobody makes that kind of money, walks into a game at halftime and just says, "Fuck it, I quit." He had to been thinking, "These motherfuckers suck. We out here getting our ass whooped, right? And I've been thinking about retiring for a long time. Fuck it, it might as well be now. I don't need to be."
halftime.
I don't know.
I
I don't
swear.
know that he could have been. I don't know if he would have been thinking about it for a long time. I mean, he could have been, but at the other
That might have been a spontaneous kind of decision.
on the other hand, he could be just one of them cats like a lot of young folks are nowadays, where the frustration they can't deal with. So with young people, I see a lot now is when the frustration sets in, they quit. I mean, you've seen it. You coach.
Yeah.
You've seen if they can't. That nigga gone. Oh, there you go. If you can't deal with it, a lot of folks quit. It gets rough on them, they quit. Even at our job, Tone, you've seen people. They come in, can't hang, they quit. They disappear. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that he didn't think about it for a while, because that's a possibility, but it's also a possibility that he's the type of person that things have been going great for him. I mean, even though he's on a
1 year deal, $5 million.
I mean, but to this point, things that could have been, could have been going great for him, and the frustration just set in now. Maybe he's not getting the touches he wants. He's not getting the holes that whatever it is, he's not getting the passes. He's not getting the holes that he needs to run through. Whatever it is, shit. What?
$5 million.
Yeah, but if you do your money right, that money might be sitting in a damn.
Well, right, you got to imagine
mean,
now he's on the do not
I'm
touch
sorry.
list, though, right?
Oh, for sure.
Hey, he
Oh,
on the
you
do
know-
not
you
touch.
know he
No,
is.
everybody like, man, we ain't fucking with you. So you just ruined any chance of ever playing
mean,
football
damn.
again.
And I'm sorry because I can't. I don't want to.
$5 million.
I said passes ain't getting thrown or holes ain't getting. He's a cornerback.
He's
so,
a cornerback, defensive player.
So
Yeah.
so maybe he just he's not getting them calls or something. Something's happening where he's not. You know, I can't say he ain't covering the man right because that's his fault.
No, he had
But
a
maybe
good tackle.
something's happening. Something's happening where he ain't feeling it. So
It could be
he quit.
anything, like a personal thing. Could be
It could be, but like Eric said earlier, I mean, and I think I
$5
mentioned it right now. When you make that decision right then at that moment, you can't get back. You can't go back. So he could have just said, "Hey, coach, take me out. I'm not feeling right. Something, or I need a minute. I need to gather myself. I'm gonna stay in the locker room." And then not came out, and then they would have been checked on him. He could have been, man, something ain't right.
Yeah, but
Anything-
no, he wasn't feeling that though. That's not what he
anything-
was feeling.
Yeah, anything to not
And this and the
get it out there like that.
and to speak on what Tone keeps saying, $5 million. You know, you got you thinking about it in our terms. You're not thinking about it to a cat that made some money. I mean, he's a 10-year vet, so I'm sure he's made some money. And if he's put away any money, I mean,
I hope he did.
I'm sure he did. If he didn't, he probably wouldn't be retiring right now. But what I'm saying is, $5 million might not mean nothing to him. I mean, I hate to put it to the extreme,
Yeah,
but somebody like LeBron James he can leave $5 million tip. And
It wouldn't even
I mean,
affect
it on the
no.
border. I mean, it on the border. These cats is thinking about, yeah, I'm leaving $5 million on the table, but if my bank account is $35 million, he might think to himself, yeah, that's good money, but at the same time, is it worth me going through what I'm going through right now?
Yeah,
now,
that's what I'm saying.
to a
It could
nigga like
be-
us who got, you know,
I'm playing.
who got $5,000 in the bank.
Playing.
Yeah,
I'm playing.
$5 million.
Put me in,
Nigga,
coach.
sign me for life. I'll sell you my soul for $5 million.
$5 million for a year?
$5 million, bro.
Well, motherfucker, you can't even walk. I don't care.
So how much is it gonna take? How much money
Motherfucker, don't.
is it gonna take to let this finger go into your booty hole?
$5 million.
$5 million you let this finger
$5
go into
mil.
your booty hole.
'Cause
Hey, on YouTube.
$5 million. You got $5 million?
No. I'm just saying, if I have $5 million, you let this
Sure,
finger, this
I would.
long ass
Go
finger,
on.
go up in your booty hole.
I've shit it longer than that, motherfucker.
Okay.
$5 million.
You know what? A finger, I feel you. $5 million.
Dude, you know.
$5 million, you can put 3
$5
fingers
mil.
in there. But
Hey, you can put it in there and turn the slight.
oof,
Just turn it.
five,
I'm out.
$5 million.
Hey, doctors do that shit, and you pay that every month.
Believe me, I know. For a lot less.
How many years? Yeah, you got to go in there.
I'm telling you. You get that at a certain age, or you start having issues, that doctor's gonna
I
be
guess
in there,
the
and
fi-
you ain't getting no
the
$5
finger-
million.
Hey, and dreading the part when he walk in and say, "Hi, I'm the proctologist."
The finger.
Like,
Oh,
what?
shit,
Wait a
I
minute.
know.
There
I
ain't no
ain't,
proctologist. You're gonna be like, "How you doing?"
it ain't never been no surprise to me.
Look at me.
Every time I've seen him, it's been an appointment.
Yeah.
I knew who I was going to
He
see.
don't even look you in the eye. He look at you in the eye after.
I guess with fingers, there's no passion behind it.
Take that. No,
But
but
how much would it take? It's butt ass. But
Motherfucker sitting in the passion.
coming from a whole nother direction, that brother with passion. How much is it taking? How much he got to pay you, Tone, to get that passion?
What?
That
there's
passion.
no passion. It's like you have the cash.
So $5 million, you
Cash.
letting the brother go up in you.
No. No, let's get this
I
straight.
said passion.
No. Up in me what? Finger?
No.
Oh, no.
Passion.
Nah, I'm good.
Wait.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
I know you're
I'm
good. I
good.
just want to get it straight
No
so we
way.
all know where you stand at.
You know where I stand at. $5 million for a finger. But but you ain't putting no dick in me. I might look at life differently.
So there's no amount of money. So just double it. Let's double it. Let's double it.
Oh shit!
$10 million. $10 million.
Nah,
You're not letting that go up in you, huh?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh,
No?
shit.
Nah,
What if nobody,
man.
not on YouTube, just nobody knows?
Nah, man.
10 million.
Nah.
You gonna be
But if
good.
I said yeah and nobody knows, then what's the difference?
I'm just saying, you know.
I know.
So you do it for 10 million then.
No, that's gonna be. I'm gonna spend most of my money on therapy
So you telling me 5 million,
because I'm getting the best therapist.
5 million, you let somebody put their rusty knuckles all up in you.
No, you said a finger.
Okay.
A doctor.
A finger got knuckles? Nah, not a doctor. Not a doctor.
Nah, you can't
just
have
a finger.
No. You just can't have nobody just be.
Okay. Let me get this straight so we can leave it alone.
Okay, we can just leave it. Okay.
Let me get this straight so we can leave it alone.
I'm gonna go back to what you said.
Hang on. Let me put it out
No.
there again.
We're going back to what you
I'm
said.
gonna ask you again so you can make it straight.
A finger
So a finger
in my butt.
by whoever, not by a doctor. Shit, because a doctor does it for free.
Well, not really. I'm paying my.
I'm talking about just, Twan.
Shit, better not be no. Okay, Twan got to be
Wait a minute.
5'10".
No. Don't
With
tell me
little
what you
fingers.
like in the man.
not no big, no LeBron size.
So you not letting LeBron stick his finger in your ass for $5 million.
I'm not letting no big knuckle.
For $5 million, you not letting LeBron stick his finger in your ass.
You know what? Fuck it.
Okay. I figured that was it. So we agree
That's
with that.
$5 million.
Okay, I understand that. I can see that. But LeBron ain't sticking his LeBron Jr.
No,
up
he
in
ain't
you
fucking.
for $10 million.
For what? No, the fuck?
Yes.
No.
And you know LeBron, I heard he's swinging. For $10 million. For $10 million, you're not letting LeBron get it.
No.
Oh, shit.
No.
And he getting it too.
No.
No?
Because I don't want to see that smile and that beard.
You look forward, nigga. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back.
No. No, man.
Never look back.
No, never look back. Never.
So that's not gonna happen.
You can't have eye contact.
Okay, we leave it alone.
Oh,
You can't have eye
shit.
contact.
All right, we'll come back to it another day.
Oh, shit.
Cause I believe you have a price.
Does anybody have a price?
Everybody has a price.
Everybody has a price.
Everybody has a price.
Kev.
Kev ain't got no price. He ain't gonna admit. You know what? Kev's got a price. He just ain't gonna never admit it.
He ain't gonna never admit it, dog.
But when
But
that
you
nigga
do have a
but when
price,
that
though,
nigga
right?
pull up in that Lamborghini, he gonna be, you got your ass tickled, didn't you, bro?
It's as long hey, if you pull up, if I see a lime green Lambo, talking about
Yeah,
I got the
never
pink
pull
slip right here.
I would never pull up in the line.
I'm
Green
gonna ask
Lambo.
you. I'm gonna ask you. Or I'm just gonna assume
gonna ask.
somebody.
All
in-
right.
I'm
No.
just saying, it might
Alright,
be a
no.
Lambo, but it ain't gonna be no lime green one.
All right,
And
no.
and to Eric's thing, what he already said, man, it ain't even that we gonna even discuss. Never.
Wait a minute, you can't discuss it with me. It ain't on the discussion.
No,
Just
I'm
because
just
we don't
saying,
discuss
never.
it-
There ain't
just
no
because we-
discussion. There's no discussion.
Just because we didn't discuss
No,
it didn't mean it didn't happen.
Shit. Yeah, yes it did.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's on the never list.
When your lifestyle changes, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Shit, hopefully that means a trackhead. Anyway,
Everybody's got a price.
everybody's got a price. That's what they say. I heard that before.
Hey, listen.
Man, I don't even want to get outrageous with it.
Alright.
But when you start talking about 100 million, I might become a bitch. I'll just become a bitch.
What?
Man, for 100 million?
Uh-huh.
Please.
In cash?
I
everybody
might,
got a
yeah,
price.
I might take that. It ain't gonna kill you. We living in
No.
we living in
Fuck.
2018 where niggas is taking it all the time. I gotta take it
Undercover.
once.
Them
I gotta take it once for 100 million. I'm taking that.
Well, you-
I have my hey,
Take that.
my doctor and did a lot more to me. He ain't violated me to the point where I come
You
in there and I
ain't getting
feel-
no cash.
I come in there and I start blushing and shit.
Damn.
Yeah, but that's for health wise, not
yeah,
for
but still,
you-
that motherfucker
100
told
mil.
me he ain't told me to turn over on my side a couple of times,
Listen,
and it was health reasons. But
Hey, I gotta
You
ask.
gotta
I gotta
bounce
ask a
this.
question. Just so you just said that.
have you had
Hey,
it done yet?
Hey, y'all have men doctors?
Yeah, I do.
I always had a woman.
Oh, fuck that.
you want a woman to put her finger in your
Oh, hey man.
That sounds like it's a bad thing. I don't know.
Yeah, if it's gonna be somebody, then it's
Look,
gonna be
look,
no
look,
man.
look. The reason why
We all at that age
Look.
though.
The reason why I have a man doctor is because it's easier for me to discuss certain things. So when I'm talking about my stomach problems and shit, my shit problems, I can tell him like, man, this is happening, this is going on. I ain't
It's a
had that.
guy.
And yeah, it's a little uncomfortable. When he's like, well, I'm gonna have to take a look up there, but we both uncomfortable. He telling me like, well, we gotta take a look up there, and I'm looking at him like, okay.
You think I'm uncomfortable talking to my doctor?
But I don't want to tell the woman all about my booty hole
Man.
and everything that's happening in my booty hole.
Fuck that.
I'm having issues.
Hey, Tom, when I look back and see no beard, it's all good.
I don't even think of looking back. I'm just like,
See,
fuck, hurry up.
I think
fuck that.
the guy who's got the big issue with having like a man being back there, those are the men that you really got to watch out for. Those are the ones that really want the booty hole tickled.
Let me say this.
I ain't had that happen yet.
Let me
I
say
know I'm
this.
just gonna stare at
Kevin
that on the
say
wall.
this.
I ain't looking
And
back.
Kevin always
And
got
her
an issue
hands
with
is
anything
small.
he think fruity.
And her hand is
See,
small, so I'm
now
all
he
good.
he just saying shit now.
I'm not saying shit
Because it ain't true. It
ain't
true.
Listen,
That ain't true. When
Eric, man, I had to
If
have the test, man. Her
I
hand
can't
is
wait
small.
for your intestines to shit out. So
okay,
you
so
can,
you're
so you
talking
can
about
deal
some
with this shit
stomach
for real.
issues,
I
and
don't have
it's
stomach
a doctor woman. It's a woman doctor, right? I feel like I'm opening up with a girl at a club talking about how much I got shit problems.
Nah, I ain't talking
But
to a girl about my shit.
on the
problem.
real, she
She gonna be like,
they always
your
refer
booty
you to
nasty.
some other doctor,
Not my doctor.
Your general practitioner.
No, but my
doesn't
doctor,
refer you to your specialist?
my doctor does the first look.
Yeah, my doctor did the first look too.
He does the first look, and then they send you on if there's something that he don't see, or in case if there's something that he does see, then they send you on to the specialist. But first they take a look to see what's going on. Now, like I said, I don't wish that shit on nobody because that shit ain't comfortable.
No.
And when you get that real one, man,
Yeah, the scope.
that real one,
What do you
where
mean
they
that
go.
real one?
So this I can't. You know what? I hate to speak on it because I don't know the words. There's one when you awake, and there's one when you asleep.
Colonoscopy is when you sleep. They put
So
the tube up your
So
butt.
I've had both, right?
Yeah.
That one when you awake,
Double whammy.
and you do the same thing to prepare for it. You got to drink that shit,
Yeah.
and you got to, all that, and that shit sucks. But
Flush.
the one when you awake, and they going up in you, bruh, the whole time they up in you, you feel like you about to shit all over the place. And they be like, it's gonna feel like you're gonna shit, but don't worry about it. It's just the way it feels. Like, no, nigga, I know it. I'm about to shit. And these motherfuckers swear you ain't about to shit. And I'll be like, man, I go to shit. And they going all, you can just feel them. They just all up in you. You know what? You know what? I'm just thinking.
Hey, you ain't getting no 5 mil.
I'm just thinking.
There's no 100 mil there.
You know what, man? I'm just thinking.
Ain't
For us
no-
to have that discussion about what it would take, the money wise, it's ignorant for me to sit there and act like I ain't gonna let nobody go up in me. When that doctor had been so deep off in me, I felt him in. With that joke about how you feel them all up in your throat. I ain't felt this motherfucker put a tube all up through me, and I felt them everywhere.
Yeah.
So I can't even sit there and be in the conversation. You know, I'm already
You already had that.
I'm already violated. So
Oh,
it
shit.
doesn't
You
even
already
count.
had that. With
So
no
anyway.
cash.
Yeah, but Eric, man, like you said, there was no passion.
Yeah, there wasn't no passion in it. You're right.
I
You're
can't
right.
look at you
Wasn't
in
no
the eye
passion.
more.
You
Wasn't no
good. You good, dog. That was all
God
medical.
God bless doctors that do that, because I'll be damned.
Well, they get paid.
They
well
get paid for it,
They
but
get paid for it. That's
good
what
Lord.
they do.
That shit is hilarious.
But that's only to save your life. So
Hey.
go on, get your checkups.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You gotta
yeah.
do what you gotta do. I mean,
You know what? And
it's still
the truth
it
is,
takes some courage. I'm gonna tell you, boy. When they tell you they're about to get you, because they don't even tell you when they're gonna get you. You just go in the doctor for your general checkup on the year. They be like, yeah, we need you.
nah, I ain't had that.
Damn.
What?
I haven't had that.
They tell you.
They don't. I mean, mine is because I've had issues.
You got to prep.
So I've already.
No,
I
yeah,
beat them.
I ain't had, not
I
the
beat
good
them,
test. Eric's
but
talking about.
I
No,
beat
ain't
them to the
messing.
punch. It's like I had issues before my time was ready. So they were like,
Yeah.
"Hey, well, go ahead." So they say you need to have this by the age of 40. You need to have this by the age of 50. I already had it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, so
Damn.
all the people that you think you're escaping that, eventually.
Oh no, it's gonna come.
Eventually.
Yeah, and that diet that
You
you
ain't getting
that
no
you
5
neglecting,
mil.
that you just eating whatever you want to eat.
Eating pork rinds and shit.
Yeah, man, you better
You better
Y'all better.
get
Y'all
some
better
grain,
think twice.
get some bran and some,
Hell yeah.
and some lettuce in your shit.
Yeah, man.
this
Get
is a
that-
re-
some of that
this turned
brand
into a
wheat.
real old man show, boy.
That's for the youngins. They think they're gonna
Man,
escape
you
all
don't
So,
that
like
shit.
we-
hear that shit.
Like we were saying, Vontae Davis quit at halftime.
Hey, we ain't never. Remember, we ain't back when we was 20. We ain't never had to worry about that for a while until
Yo,
that
that's
day
what 20
came.
no
I'll tell you
more.
what though, if it was halftime and I had the shits, I might would quit too.
I heard that shit.
Mhm.
No doubt about
That's
it.
something you could tell him though. I got the shits, and just stay in, and they ain't worried. But
That's gotta be in their contract.
he didn't want to. He tired. He was tired of football, I guess.
Well,
he was tired of- he was
I
tired of
mean, like,
football.
you ain't got to worry about it no more. He ain't ever got to worry about it because ain't nobody about to touch that motherfucker. Ever.
Because of the way he exited.
Yeah, I mean, nobody does that shit. I mean, he been better to fight. You know what I'm saying? He better to whoop the coach's ass. Latrell Sprewell got a better chance of getting back on the team than he do.
No, he don't. So-
You said Latrell after choking out, was it Mike? Was it Mike D'Antoni? Was it Mike D'Antoni he whooped up on?
No, it was Carla.
Oh, PJ Carlissimo, huh?
Yeah, Carlson.
Yeah, that's who it was. PJ Carlissimo. So,
So it ain't the only thing that happened this weekend. We
oh,
had a,
yeah, no
we had
doubt,
a
no
fight.
doubt.
We had a fight this weekend.
We had a fight or we watched the fight?
All right, we watched the fight.
No doubt. And y'all might not think it's controversial. First of all, let's back up to this. Who'd you pick, Tom, to win that fight?
I had to go with the younger guy,
Eric, who'd you pick?
Canelo.
Who'd you pick?
Carnelo.
And I picked Triple G. So,
But
in
I'm
my
not gonna
eye-
lie. I mean, y'all were there, so y'all heard me flip flop a couple times in the fight. I picked Carnelo in the beginning, and then I picked him in the end. But I flip flopped. I flip flopped through it a little bit.
It was a hard decision though.
I mean,
Yeah, but they-
I wouldn't have
it
been. I wouldn't have been
didn't
upset
seem like
if it had
it
been a
was.
draw.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been shocked.
Nah, I didn't think they want that another one again though.
I mean, I think they got to have a winner. I mean, but I'm with Eric. If it would have been a draw, I wouldn't have been disappointed. But I was disappointed, and I listened to a lot of good arguments today in the last few days about what people thought about the fight, about him being the aggressor, him being the one that was keeping him back on his toes and all this other stuff. And so you could see that point, but you also could see that he was getting hit, man. He was getting hit a lot. I mean,
Who was?
Canelo.
He had some rounds though.
He had some good
What are
rounds.
you
Yeah,
talking
the
about,
first
man?
1, 2, and I thought round 1, 2, and 3 was all Canelo.
He had a couple
was
of
going. He
rounds.
was going to get
Triple
busy.
G had a
Yeah,
couple
but
of
they were
rounds.
both getting hit.
Yeah, I mean,
They
I
were
thought they both
exchanging.
was getting hit, but I just thought if it's about points, I thought Triple G was getting more points in there. If it's about
I
power
don't know.
shots, then I guess
Yeah,
you know
Canelo
it's-
opened up that. He opened
Yeah.
them up.
They both of
Yeah.
them their eyes. was
Yeah,
open.
They were
Both
exchanging
nasty.
blows. I give him
I
that.
didn't see no true. No,
Yeah, that's what I said. Draw, like you said, a draw easily could have been there, but I didn't think that it was a 115, 113 round for your boy Canelo. The way they said, and they said he stole the 12th round. I didn't see that much action. The 12th round looked okay. It looked
that might have been when I
decent.
fell asleep.
Oh yeah.
He said he stole the 12th round, and that's why he won. I'm like, what? All that wasn't like that.
Y'all
Look
already-
at- it was such a good fight, Eric.
That's crazy because it did. It was like the last round. And I was watching this thing. Next thing I know, I woke up. I woke up and the round was still going, but it was like, man, what I just do? I just dozed off.
Ow.
I'm getting old, nigga. I can't even stay awake.
I mean, boxing, and that was a pretty good fight as I've seen. I haven't seen great boxing matches lately. That was a pretty good fight for what's been going on lately with boxers. So, I mean,
Yeah, especially in the middle. I don't know if it was after or in the middle of this fight. Floyd Mayweather wants to announce that he's gonna fight Pacquiao again.
ain't nobody want to see that shit.
And you know what? I hate fuckers that feel like they need to win. You know, it's because you can almost see it. You can see him sitting at home. You can see him like envious of all the attention that this fight is getting, and it's like he's got a shit on it. how can I get the attention back on me?
Oh yeah.
So it's like, oh, I'm gonna announce that I'm gonna fight Pacquiao again, and it's like, I don't even think it's real. First of all, nobody. I mean, do we really want to see that again?
I know.
Nope.
You know, you want to impress me? You should get in the fight with Canelo again. I see you fight him again. Oh, interception to the house. Oh no. Oh yeah, yep, he got there. Touchdown.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. If he wants to fight somebody, fight one of these young bucks. Fight one of these boys.
Yeah, I
out
mean,
there throwing.
that to me, that's I'll watch that.
Yeah.
But you fighting Pacquiao again? I don't want to see that shit, man.
Nah, that's too slow. Old dudes and they ain't ready to do it no more.
And y'all don't, and you know what? You don't get it. You don't get to do it again, because you did it to us twice,
It took forever.
and it
from the
was
last
and it
fight.
was a bullshit fight last time. Last time we watched it, we all excited, you know, ready to watch this shit, and then the fight was boring as fuck.
decision.
It was just stupid. It was just a boring ass fight. So I'm like, nah, you don't get to keep giving us boring ass fights. I mean, Mayweather ain't gave us a good fight in I don't know how long. Who wants to keep watching this shit?
I don't even watch his fights no more because it's boring. He does this. He's probably got the best defense in boxing because you can't get past them fucking shoulders.
Okay,
But he's
let's-
boring.
let's think about this. What's the best Mayweather fight you've seen?
None.
Eric got one? You? Tom?
No, that's boring.
When he fought. I mean,
I got one fight that I think was good, and it was
you gonna say Canelo when he fought him?
nope. Even though that was a decent fight, and the fight, the best fight was the fight after the fight. So I'm gonna tell you what fight I'm talking about. I'm talking about Floyd
If I was 50
Mayweather
years younger,
and Super Jab Judah.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
was-
yeah, yeah.
That was the best one, and then the one you talking about right now, Eric.
if I
when
was
he-
50
Larry
younger, if I
Merchant.
was 50 years younger, I'd whoop your ass.
That was funny as shit. That was a good almost fight.
I saw Zab Judah in the airport one time. Spoke to him.
Super Zab Judah. That's remember when he got into the fight with they got into the fight and then the uncle.
I forgot where I was in. I think I was
the
in.
uncle. What's his uncle's name? Not Floyd, but
You talking about Zabs?
Mayweather's uncle, Roger. Roger Mayweather got in a fight with Super Zab's father.
I thought Mayweather's dad got in a fight with him.
I thought it was the
Are
uncle.
they twins or something? Because they all look the same to me.
Yeah,
Man,
I
we
know that
talk-
shit
you know,
was
I
crazy
hate
as
when
hell.
we
They
do
started
this.
fighting at the front. I was like, what kind of shit is this? You get two fights for one?
Who's that?
Who was it, man? I think it. You're right. I think it was his uncle. 'Cause they do both look alike, Tom.
Shit, that shit was crazy.
His uncle and his brother, dad, or whatever, they look exactly alike.
It was just a big ass brawl that I remember. I remember something about him hitting them low, and then next thing you know, they was in there fighting, and I thought the whole family came.
I'm
together,
just
but I don't
saying.
remember.
I'm just saying that one, he, you know, okay, that was excitement. I give you that, but we ain't had no good fights from Mayweather in forever. Second of all,
Right about that.
Second of all, too, I just feel like it's kind of like Kanye, with the how we don't speak on him no more because he's just full of nonsense. That's how I kind of feel about Mayweather.
Yep.
It's like we study paying, you know, the pay-per-view. We study contributing to shit that we don't agree with. We don't like what the product is, but we still tuning in and we still paying for the shit, which is making him hella successful in what he's doing, and he just feels like he can just give us any goddamn thing, and we just gonna pay for it. I don't like the shit.
No doubt about
Give
it.
us something. Give us something worth. Money worth the money. This fool ain't did shit in forever, but post pictures of some new watch he got or some airplane he flying on, or a duffel bag of money.
Beefing with 50.
We know you rich. I mean, how many times you gonna show us your money?
It's a trip. It seems like they get to a point where they feel like, all right, I've done what I'm supposed to do. Now I got to figure out a way to protect my legacy. I can't lose a fight, so I'm gonna fight nobody.
No,
I'm gonna run
relevance.
around. I'm gonna run around.
I
and
disagree
not
with
get
you.
hit.
He want to be relevant.
Ooh, Okay, but
he still
that's
wants
okay.
people
He
to
wants
talk
be
about
relevant,
him.
but who is he fighting?
But
that's
I
a
don't
risk
I don't
for him?
agree with
Who's a risk?
I don't agree with the part of protecting. I
You
just
don't think
feel like they made their money, and now they just going around being stupid with it and shit. I don't see. You said, when you said protect. If you said protect my ego or protect my
Nah,
whatever,
his
then
legacy.
I would say, okay, I understand what you're saying. But you saw his legacy.
Yeah,
It's like
not
you're
being an
protecting
undefeated
your
fighter.
legacy.
He wants to be known as the GOAT. And
But,
to be
but
that 50
okay,
wins,
I see what you're saying, but I just figure I'm not looking at it as as deep as that. I'm looking at it as all the stupid shit that he puts out every day on Twitter and shit that has nothing to do with legacy. If he was worried about his legacy, he wouldn't be tweeting stupid shit with 50 Cent and everything else. It's like his legacy is going to be remembered as. I mean, don't get me wrong. We can't take away what he's done, his record, and we can't take away the money he made.
It's the bullshit outside the ring.
Exactly. And when you do that shit, you can't be worried about your legacy
Right.
when you sitting there posting the stupid shit that he posts every single day,
Right.
4 or 5 times a day. That's not legacy.
do you
That's not
think-
somebody worried about their legacy.
Do you think that history is gonna remember all this tweet shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
You-
think that
you
this
do?
tweet, because I think this tweet shit is the new what's whatever.
Yeah, because I'll be the first person to tell you when somebody mentions, say, for example, Mike Tyson.
Yep.
The only thing I can remember is all the greatest knockouts while he's inside the ring, not the bullshit he pulled. Obviously, all the shit he did outside the ring, but the first thing come to mind is all the bullshit he's done inside the ring. When you say Mayweather, boring fight. Man, he's rich, but it's the bullshit he does outside that just fucking just irritates the shit out of me.
And Kev, I think that
I
you,
don't see it.
Kev, I
don't-
think
I
that
don't
you.
wanna waste my time to look into.
But Kev, you that's what bothers me about you is because you can never think outside. You can't think outside of what you think. What I'm saying is,
No,
but
it's
you
just
gotta,
not- that's
Kev,
not
let me
something
finish.
I
Let me
care
finish.
about.
I don't. But it's not about what you care about. What I'm saying, you say you
Yes,
think.
it is to me. That's what you tripping.
Kev,
at.
that's not what you
now,
just-
See, you gotta worry about what you care about. and I gotta
Kev,
care
that's
about
not what
I
you
care
just
about.
asked, though. You just asked, do you think that people are gonna think about shit like what they tweeted and what they whatchamacallit? And we said yes, because that's what's happening now. If you think that social media is gonna die away,
No,
you
I don't
out
think
your
that.
mind. There's gonna be people
I don't think that.
20 years from now.
Yeah, 20 years from
It's
now,
not-
they're gonna bring that up.
And they're going to be running for office, a political office or something, and they're going to bring up shit that they did 15, 20. It's already happening.
Yep.
And so if you think that this shit's going to disappear, that you're crazy. It's not going to. It's the new what's happening.
I don't think that it's gonna disappear. I don't think it's gonna be. It's not. gonna be
Mayweather is
something-
more.
He's
Mayweather.
gonna be known as a great fighter. That's what he's gonna be known as.
I
As much
know.
as you don't want to hear it, but that's what
No,
he's gonna
that's
be known
not
as.
what that's not what I'm arguing. I never said he wouldn't be known as a great fighter.
Remembering
He's
what
going to
doing.
be known as a great fighter as far as his record and stuff is concerned.
Yeah.
But they're also going to know him as the clown that was on social media. Another reason why Mayweather is as big as he is, don't get it mistaken, it's not just because of what his record is on that thing.
Yeah,
It's
social
because
media.
he's so involved in social media. This fucker posts his outfit for the day. He
Yep.
posts his money, lays out money on the bed, lays out money. He's constantly on Instagram, constantly on whatever it is, because he knows that that's what's making him popular. And in turn, that's why everybody's paying for all this shit, because
Yeah,
he's
like-
so relevant right
Like
now.
$1 million watch, some bullshit watch, some.
He's
some cake.
constantly doing that
Ah,
shit.
I don't want to see that shit. I know you rich.
Oh,
He does this shit all the time. So if you think that social media is something that just because you don't
I don't think that social media is not relevant. I'm saying what I think social media is relevance of today and maybe 6-7 months. People will bring it up, but the next popular thing comes and that shit goes away that quick. It's almost to say sort of like Trump bullshit. He got so much shit happening that something that was important yesterday doesn't mean shit today.
Kev, why? Why?
The shit
Think
just
about
goes.
it.
It just-
No,
it's
Kev,
not-
you're not
it's only
answering.
relevant for a
You're
second.
not. See, that's your problem. You're not.
No, I
thinking-
don't have a problem. I'm a realist. I don't live in a fictitious world. That's the real about it. It's only relevant for a second, and then the shit goes. It goes away. The next hot thing is the next hot topic.
Okay.
that's the news.
Once again, Kev, why? You have to ask yourself. You just
Because
use.
people's attention span is
God
fucked up.
damn, you can't even finish answering the motherfucking question.
I mean-
Once again, hang on, Tone.
Go ahead.
Once again, I'm trying to get it out again. Once again, Kev, why you use Trump as an example? Why is it that when something comes up, and then, like you say, 5 minutes later, they're on to the next thing? The reason why is because Trump uses social media constantly to get your mind onto the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. You don't think Trump is going to be known as the first president, besides Obama, who used it to get in office, as far as getting everybody online to vote and shit. He's going to be one of the presidents known as the first president to use social media for everything that he wants to get out to the people. He puts it on social media. Social media is so important right now that he uses it as something when he wants to get his word out. He uses it as something when he wants to get your mind off of what the real topic is. He uses it for everything that they can use. If you think social media is something that people aren't going to... Let me finish, Tone.
I think so. Stop. Don't
Okay.
make up stuff. That's all I'm saying. I didn't tell you I think social media is irrelevant. You
Don't
keep
make
saying
up shit.
if you think social media is irrelevant. I don't think social media is irrelevant.
You said people aren't going to consider that when they think about his legacy. And
They
I'm telling
not.
okay, if you think not, there's no way, because what I'm saying, there's no way in the world that you're going to think about, it's going to be 10 years from now, and you're going to think about whatever it is that Mayweather is, if he still has the record for the most wins or whatever it is, I think that there's going to come a time when social media is so big, it takes over everything that's happening now, that you're also going to think about what he is social media wise. You can't get around it, because and if you think about it, you're arguing for him, who is somebody. You're saying that social media is not a big part of who
No,
he
I'm
is, and that's everything he's about. He
I'm not.
even realizes it.
No, I'm not. You keep saying that, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you look back at Floyd Mayweather, you're not gonna say, "Oh, okay, let me think of all the shit he did on social media that makes up Floyd Mayweather."
That's
You're
not
gonna
what
think back and
that's
say-
not what I said.
You're gonna think back and say,
That is not what I said.
Here's a fighter that had 50
I have,
wins.
you know what, Kev, I did not say
I'm
that,
trying to say
Kev.
that social media is not
Kev,
going to be
I didn't say
what
that.
dictates his legacy.
But I didn't say
it's
that.
not going to dictate his legacy.
But Kev, I didn't say. I never once said that.
Okay, how were you trying to say it?
I
then?
said that, and you heard me say it 3 or 4 different times. I said that when you look back at this thing, I said, yeah, his record is what it is. I've said that 4 or 5 times now. I said that he is what he is as far as his record is, as far as a boxer. I said, but there's no way in the world you're going to be able to look at that and not consider social media-wise what he did when he's such a big part of social media. Social media is such a big part of Mayweather that you can't. I believe there's going to come a time when you look him up, even if it's we're not to that point yet, but it's going, even when you look at his Wikipedia page, it's going to have something to do with social media antics that he's done, because he's so involved in it. I believe social media is something that's going to take more and more and more a part of everybody's life. And even though we on our way out of life, whether you want to admit it or not, at our ages, on our way out, this next generation coming up, social media is everything to them. And the next generation after them is even more to them. You don't never, you see
I would agree
babies, you see babies with fucking tablets at the age of 2 and shit, just staring at tablets. They can't get away from it. So what I'm trying to say is that as men of our age, yeah, it might be something that we don't fuck with as much or we don't agree with as much, but at the same time, don't not acknowledge that it's not as big as what it is, because it's right now it's running the.
Never said
it's damn.
anything about
You know what you
it's
can
not
say?
As big as it
You
is.
can say right now, social media is running the world because Trump uses social media like a motherfucker, and he is the fucking ruler of the world, damn near.
I will say it is the media that we use to get information. I will say that right now.
It's not
I
the
would
media,
say
it's the platform that we
I
use.
say what that instant contact to something he has to say or getting it out is how we get information. I don't disagree there. That's if you want to know something about somebody and they want you to know it, it could be instantaneous. It could happen. They could show it to you live, or they could post it in a matter of minutes. Nobody's disagreeing with that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you, when you look back on history on people, it's not going to be people saying, okay,
All right, Kev.
my main thing I remember about this dude is the social media thing.
How many times
it's always going to be
how many
what
times do I have
that
to keep
person
saying,
did.
Tony, Tony, real quick before you say that,
What that person
I
did.
I know, Tony. You want to say what you got to say?
Say it.
How many times have I said? I've said it now. He keeps saying that. I keep saying, not once have I said that you're gonna look back and say this is what I remember about him. I just said his record is his record. What he did in the boxing ring is
His
what he
boxing
did.
stats is.
I
is
never said
on
that.
record.
So
Anybody,
quit saying that. Go
anybody.
ahead, Tony.
It doesn't matter who it is, Tom.
Right.
It doesn't matter who it is. It's going to be what they did.
But the
It's what
scary,
it's gonna be,
but
what
the
it
scary
is.
thought about it is, check this out. So the scary thought about it is, if you're a celebrity or whoever is a public eye, right?
Yep.
Your social media is practically gonna last longer than your actual career.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Mayweather, he ain't fighting. He rich.
Yeah.
But his social media
It's
footprint
bombing
is gonna
right. I
be-
mean,
it's
it's
gonna be-
blowing up right now.
Yeah, his social. Okay, so he is gonna leave a boxing footprint for the records for sure. But his social media page or whatever his social media thing is, that footprint is gonna last longer than his actual boxing career.
And just to add on to that, you ask kids, like if you go to my house and ask my daughters, do they know Floyd Mayweather? They're gonna say yes. How many Floyd Mayweather fights have you seen? They're gonna say none. But they know all about Floyd Mayweather because all the shit he's saying with 50 Cent, all the shit about him not being able to read, all this shit that's going on social media.
$100 bills.
Yeah, he knows. He wipes his ass with $100 bills. All that shit they know. And if you think that what our old asses think about Floyd Mayweather is going to carry, I guarantee you, in two different. Let me finish. In two different generations from now, you gonna say Floyd Mayweather, and they're gonna say, oh yeah, he's an ex-boxer that used to wipe his ass with 50s. They're not gonna say, oh, he was one of the best boxers ever to do this and do that. They're gonna remember all this other shit. Oh, he was the one that used to go word for word with 50 Cent about so and so. He's the one that couldn't read. That's what the kids remember, bruh.
That shit is not going to be relevant. I
If
don't
you
believe
think-
you believe that. You
because
really
the
believe
kid,
that.
because you know why? Because what I'm saying is you're not looking at the future.
I'm looking at the future.
Talk to the kids and ask them what they think about Mayweather, Kev, and see what they tell
can
you, because
talk
that's
to
the
you.
future.
If
I could
they
talk
even
to
gonna
a
think
kid,
about-
I could talk to anybody. I could talk to you right now
No,
about something that
kids.
happened back in the day when you was a kid.
But that's
even though
before-
there's no
that-
social media.
that's before social media.
Do you carry that shit on, or do you look at it as a means of entertainment for the moment, and it will stick with you for a little while,
Yeah.
and then
We
you
have the
it's gone.
Inquirer.
It's gone.
Kev, that's
It's
before
gone,
social
dude.
media. That's
Even
before
after
social media.
Come on, man. Some of the best entertainers in the world got social. If you ask the kids to tell you about
What if-
something
no.
Beyonce did, Beyonce or Jay
Beyonce's
did
using
5
social
years ago,
media.
5 years ago with social media, they would say, I don't know.
Kev,
you ask them to tell you
Kev,
something that last
Kev,
year,
Kev.
they're going to say, I know.
Kev.
She has her own
It-
cult.
holds on.
She's one of the biggest
I know that.
stars on social media. So
I don't think you
don't use
getting
that
it.
as a.
Kev,
you just use Beyonce.
I'm trying to use all
She
the
has her
biggest
own
stars.
beehive.
Yeah,
That's
she has her own
true.
cult.
She has her
It's
own
not
cult
gonna
following.
hold-
Yes.
I don't believe you guys are saying this. It is not going to hold the test of time. I guarantee you. I'm willing to almost bet everything that
Kev.
it's not going to be something that you look back 15 years from now and you mention what was going on every day in their life in social media. Oh yeah, on last week she did this, and 2 months ago she did. That shit is not going to hold weight, dude. What's going to hold weight is her entertaining.
Who said anything about? To you trying to simplify it
No,
into.
but
I am not simplifying. I'm just trying to tell you
Mind you,
how,
I'm not gonna-
It's-
how
it's-
history
mind
goes.
you, this is-
People are not going to hold on to.
Right, mind
what
you, this
people
is
did
a whole
every day on
era.
social media.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Remember,
saying.
this is a whole era. This is a whole new other platform. This is not record keeping at the library. This is
you.
internet.
Yes.
This is the internet.
The
That means
internet.
whatever you say right now at this minute,
Will
in
hold-
20 to 30 years
You
from
can look it
now,
up.
is on record that you said it.
You can look it
so
up. That's right.
when
Can-
Beyonce is old and crusty, people are going to look back
And see
40 or 50
everything-
years and
see
all the stuff that she
everything
did in
she did.
2018,
And that's
2019.
record. That's record.
It's
Okay.
on record.
So what are you saying? They're going to go to Facebook? They're going to go to Twitter? They're
Oh,
gonna go
no.
to, no, they're going where? Where are they going?
Man, fuck it, they going to have a holographic.
Where are they going? They're going to something that holds vintage footage to watch it.
No.
That's not
What are you
social
talking
media.
about? It's everywhere, man.
It's internet. It's in the
internet
web.
is
It's
everywhere.
So
it's
you know
internet.
what? You know,
Do
Kev,
consider
Kev, let me
YouTube
say
and,
this.
and Twitter the same thing?
Yeah, it's internet.
Do you consider YouTube and Twitter the same thing? Do you consider YouTube and Facebook is the same thing?
That's like
It's social media.
No, one is social media, right?
No,
YouTube-
they're both
you-
social media.
Okay, you want to watch a 1982 commercial?
Right?
Go YouTube.
YouTube.
Got
That's
it.
what they do. They vintage
can go
footage.
back
They
and
No,
put
watch.
everything.
but if you
everything
want to
on
watch,
there.
if you want to watch a motherfucker kicking a cat in the ass and shit, you go to YouTube too. Anything you want to
YouTube-
see, you can go to YouTube.
Hold
and
on,
see.
Eric. YouTube, you're saying that YouTube is not an interactive social page. There is not an
What the
interactive
fuck
thing
are
that
you talking about?
Oh my God! I
How is
don't
it
believe
not-
you see you just when you post something on Facebook and you write something on Facebook.
Right.
That's social media. That's sitting there going out there and putting your interaction in. YouTube, if you record a video to put a video out, you're putting a video out.
Right.
I mean, you can go on there and make okay, this is what I want to talk about for a second and come off of that. But that's like making a commercial or a podcast or whatever it is. It's not an interactive social media thing on YouTube. We're not going back and forth during the course of the video.
Kev, you know what? First,
Well,
okay.
no,
okay.
there's comments on both. There's comments
There's
on
a
both.
comment line down
There's
at the
a comment
bottom.
on both.
But am I
Okay,
stopping?
okay.
And
Am
then
I-
there's views. There's
Okay.
actual views in each one. And then
I mean, you know what? I guess
I'll tell you
you're
what,
right,
I'll tell you
because
what.
I guess I don't understand.
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what. In
What
40
social media is versus this social media.
in 40
That's
years
right.
from now, when your great grandchildren
Here the
find,
arguments.
find the cassette,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna try to figure out how the fuck do we rewind this motherfucker.
Right.
Guess what they have to go? They're gonna have to either go on YouTube
No doubt.
or whatever media platform there is in the next 40 to 50 years. Because right now, it's like it's gonna be the next industry in the future. This ain't what we have now.
Yeah.
You think it's too much?
No.
In the next
it's
10,
great.
20 years, there's going to be other companies that come out of this. There's going to be an improvement. There's going to be a whole bunch of the shit. But
It's
they're
great.
still going to figure out how the fuck do I rewind this cassette tape? And they're going to
No.
look in a video and they're going to say, well, you're going to need this machine. You ain't got that. We're going to fucking...
No, Tone, I
Use a
don't
pencil.
disagree. I don't disagree with the time is great. The time
Right.
is great right now. I mean, the social media interaction is great. That's the beauty of social media. You're interacting at that moment. Somebody posts something up. Somebody comes back and posts something up on it, and then posts something up or whatever it is. You make your comments. You say what you want to say. It's an interactive thing. That's the great part about social media. For me, if I post a video on YouTube, you can comment all you want, but I can't stop and go back in the video and re-comment because the shit's just there.
Don't.
It's there. There's no like, oh, Tom made that comment 4 weeks later. Now I want to react to the comment. I don't get to interact socially with you on that comment. I only can read what you said.
You only
So that's not the same thing
You
to
can only
me.
do that when it's live. When you go on the
YouTube Live, I guess
section,
you could,
you
and you can
go
comment
back
then.
and say,
But if
hey,
you keep it up and you stop recording, and somebody wants to comment after that, you can't anymore, right?
nah,
So it's not a social interaction, is what I'm saying.
but it's still considered.
Okay,
It's still
and
considered.
that's why I say it's different.
So I'm gonna try to explain.
I mean,
to
you say different, but I'm just saying.
I'm gonna
it's
try to
all-
explain one more time, and I'm done. Because every time
I'm done. So you go ahead and explain it.
okay, I hope you are, because every time I get you start talking up again.
We need transition music.
First of all, the first thing is social media. First of all this is social media. A podcast is social media. YouTube is social media. It's what Tony said earlier. It's a form of media. It's a form of information being put out there. The social part of it is that everybody who wants to be involved can be involved. Anybody can put shit out. 20 years ago, you just couldn't put shit out. If you wanted to to reach thousands and millions of people, there wasn't a platform for you to do that other than TV, newspaper, magazine, which was already an established a platform. Now anybody who wants to put out any type of information can do it, which makes it social. Everybody can get a hold of it. Anybody can read it. Anybody can comment. Anybody can put whatever they want to put out. That's the social part of it. So that's what makes everything social media, from podcasts to Twitter to YouTube to
Instagram,
Tumblr to everything. All that's a part of social media. And that's another reason why when you go on your I'm an Android user, but when you go to download apps, certain apps are under social, certain apps are under games, certain apps are under business or whatever. Social apps happen to be YouTube, all those things that you're saying that are different. The other thing that I'm trying to get you to understand, Kev, is I'm not putting my personal feelings or my personal belief in what I believe is important or what's not. What I am taking into consideration is when I talk to kids, the importance that the kids put on what they get from social media, what they get from the internet. They hear what they hear on the internet, and they take it as the truth. They take it as law. They take it as no matter what. I heard it on there, and this is the way it is.
Right, regardless if it's true or
exactly.
not.
And a perfect example of that is the president. The president is actually you spill something. The president is right here, bro. That nigga spilled his drink. The president actually bets on us to take what we see on the internet as the truth. That's why he puts out bullshit to get us away from what the truth is, because we're hoping that we take that his truth is the truth. So what I'm saying is, whether you believe that bullshit is going to carry on or not, it's not for us to say, because the youth that's coming up is telling you that that's what they believe in. That's what they participate in. That's what they're doing. So that's what I'm trying to get you to see. It ain't about whether right or wrong, whether it's going to where it should be that way or not. I'm telling you that young folks, they believe in what they're reading on their tablets, on their phones and shit. They believe everything they see. I argue with my kids all the time about shit that I know and shit that they ain't read on the internet.
Yeah, and they're not watching the 5 o'clock news.
And that's where they're getting all the information from. So if you think that that's not going to be a very important part of how they evaluate everything in how they see some of our icons, our heroes, and everything else that we have now, if you think that that's not going to be a part of it, I got to disagree with you. And that's what I'm trying to say. So when you sit there and you passionately act like that's not going to be a part of it, you're right about the one thing that you're right about is that up to this point, yeah, when there was bullshit that would happen, we don't remember a lot of the bullshit that happened. But I mean, when we talk about certain stars, there's certain shit that they did, and we don't agree. I mean, we don't remember the bad parts. We just remember the best parts of their life. Shit, a perfect example is the Bobby Brown show. Everybody's Bobby Brown high right now. Everybody forgets how Bobby Brown was a crackhead. Everybody forgets all the shit that Bobby Brown just did. We all celebrate Michael Jackson. We all forget that Michael Jackson was touching little kids. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is we ain't forgot it.
No, I didn't say we forget
it's
it.
There.
I would say what people go back to is
but
always
now,
like Michael Jackson. Perfect example is Michael Jackson is known as one of the greatest entertainers. But like you said, he chested a child tester. That's just who he is.
But the difference is that on internet, now that everything's on the internet, the kids and stuff that's going to be our future, they're the ones that's going to make the rules from here on out. We hate to admit it, but they're the ones that's going to be telling us to shut the fuck up, put us in the old folks' home or whatever, move to the side. They're making the rules. Those are the kids in whatever it is that they're practicing now. That's gonna be the the way it is.
Because when those kids
Yeah,
look
no
up
doubt.
Michael Jackson, guess what's gonna come up?
They're gonna see all that shit.
Yeah,
They're gonna
they ain't
see
gonna work.
everything.
I tell you the truth, my feelings, they're not gonna look at greatest entertainer in the world.
No, they're not.
All the first thing that's gonna come up is all the payoffs, all the accusations, all the kids,
And they're gonna
all
go
this
down
shit.
that wormhole.
And they're not gonna think about fucking. They ain't gonna even bother thinking about listening to Billie Jean, Off the Wall, Beat It, Thriller. They ain't gonna listen to all that. They gonna be like, oh, this motherfucker is a. You know what I mean? Like pedophile. They gonna, because that's the first thing that pops up. They're not gonna. None of the stuff that we remember before all this shit.
We remember a total different thing than what
Yeah.
people are gonna remember
A
after. us.
total different Michael Jackson
again,
than what the
I'ma
kids
have
are in
to
the
say-
And I-
day.
I'm gonna have
and-
to say
and I say-
you give people way too much fucking credit.
What?
For
Yeah,
what?
I think both of y'all
Okay,
do.
I'm
The
done.
reason, you
People
know why
with
I
what?
say that?
I'm done because
You know why I say that?
Let's
If you
discuss it.
you
Let's
believe
discuss
that
it.
you believe and in the future, and I'm really hoping because I think we had this conversation before about 3-4 generations. Hopefully things will change and we'll get to a point where none of this shit matters. Racial equality will be there and everything. I'm hoping we do get to that point. But when you look at the injustice of all the shit that's happened since this country has been born, and the ability to read and see all this shit happening and what's happening in this country, kids don't go back and look at that type shit. They don't go back and say, what the fuck is going on? Why is our country so twisted? Why is we so racially divided? Why is things all... They don't go back. They go back for the entertainment value of what they want to see. And it could be a wormhole they go down, which is negative. But it's not about going down and seeing, you know, what negative things happens. They usually just go to see the whatever's
Once again,
popular.
Kev, I'm gonna try to explain
So
to you.
I understand what
once
you're saying,
again,
but
I'm gonna try to explain
I
once
just don't
again.
I'm gonna give people
You
that kind of credit.
you cannot compare the two. You cannot go back to before social
I'm
media.
talking about today.
Kev, listen to what I'm saying for a minute. You cannot go back. You're telling kids don't go back to history. You can't go back in history before social media and look at things as what it was then. What I'm saying, what I mean by that is that you can go back and look at what it was then, right? Exactly. So go back to the older folks and look at the old time history, and it is what it is. But there was no social media then. So Harriet Tubman wasn't on the listen.
I didn't say one word. I'm just
okay,
shaking my
I saw you
head.
shaking your head. She
Yeah,
wasn't
I can't
on.
even shake my head, though.
She wasn't on Instagram tweeting bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X wasn't on Facebook posting pictures. So you don't have so you don't have none of that to go off of. All you have to go off of is biographies, stories, things which at that time was everything was painted for the most part of it. I know everything wasn't, but for the most part of it, positive.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we talking about our era, when those kids go back to look at our era, now social media exists.
Mm-hmm.
So when they go back and they look at Eric, I'm gonna use myself as an example. They're not gonna see the hard-working man that was in, and the people who know me might say he went to work every day. He raised a family, he did this and that. But when you go and you Google me, you're gonna see this fucker had a podcast where all he used was the word nigga. They drank, got drunk. He had a dog that he put 50,000 pictures up of. He had all this shit, all this negative shit that it ain't really negative, but it's the shit that people, I'm sure we all did, but that's not put out there. And what I'm saying is that you can't compare the two. If Martin Luther King would have had a Twitter account, he might not have been as great as we all think he is.
No doubt. We read the history about Martin Luther King. We read history to know all the negative things he did.
No.
Well, I do. I don't know about y'all.
Kev, and to be
Slander.
truthful about that, you never knew about Martin Luther King shit until the
No,
last
I
few-
never knew about it until I
That was
reading
way
about it.
later. No, that was way later because that shit
Yeah.
didn't even come out in reading until way later. That shit was kept secret for a long time.
Yeah, they do. They
But
keep a lot of shit
nowadays, ain't shit kept secret.
No doubt.
Because of social media. You can't fuck somebody and think you're gonna get away with it, especially when you somebody, and yeah, you gonna be quiet about it, but the person that you fuck is posting Yeah, got this nigga again. Just got him to buy me a purse.
And that-
This nigga just did this and that.
And that was a
This
big
nigga did that.
difference
Now,
now.
It's so much different now. But before, all she could do was tell her friend. Her friend could tell her friend. Shit, that shit might not never get out of Oak Park.
And that be all hearsay.
Nowadays, your mom knows, your auntie know, everybody in your family from that live in Tennessee know everything that you and did.
Shit, with that said, nigga, I guess you're right. All right, well,
Ain't no guess you right, nigga. You just end it like
because
that.
all
Say
right,
what
you
that say. You right.
because you right, motherfuckers just tell on your ass in a minute, instantaneously. You have your ass in front of your house trying to explain shit.
All I'm saying is that to simplify what I was trying to say is that unfortunately every generation, and I'm sure it happens because I've heard other generations before us complain about it. Every generation believes that the next generation doesn't know what the fuck they talking about, what the fuck they doing, and the ways that they do stuff, the ways that they go about doing things, they think are all wrong.
Yeah.
Our generation, from this new generation coming up, unfortunately it's social media heavy, and to me it just seems like social media is controlling everything we do. And I throw all of it into social media. I throw social media as far as, my telephone to me is social media. So when I'm walking into a store, my phone knows that I'm in that store. They're automatically sending me, when I'm looking at shit online, I'm seeing, if I'm in Macy's or whatever, shirts are popping up. I'm seeing, like, no matter what I'm looking at, they know what I'm looking at. If I look at cars and stuff, say I'm looking at a Toyota or whatever, I noticed that I was looking at Toyota through a Google search, but then now I'm on Facebook and I'm getting all these ads from Toyota. I'm getting all, they know every fucking thing that we're doing. Social media controls everything. And unfortunately, these kids that believe in social media, that believe everything they read in social media, are going to be our next leaders. They're going to be our next, whatever, teachers, lawyers, judges, doctors. Those are, that's what they're going to be. And with that comes their beliefs. So whatever they believe in is going to be the state of the world. So whether we agree with them or disagree with them, I just think that it's nothing we could do about it. And I'm sure that the generation before us looked at shit and said the same thing about us. I don't know what was it, video games or something, whatever the fuck that we were involved in that they didn't agree with. I'm sure they had their opinions about that. So we have our opinions about them and social media. It is what it is. But I know that, like Tone said, I think that's what he was trying to say earlier, kept cutting them off and shit. It kind of is a catch-22 because social media could also be your friend. There's a lot of people who benefit.
Needed.
There's a lot of people who benefit from it. And it's made us, just being a human being, shit, we've learned things that we might not ever. If it wasn't for Google, there'd be a lot of things we didn't know. We can look up anything at the drop of a dime.
It's one way to get personal with your favorite rapper. Some.
That's funny.
Some rappers. Come on. It tells you something when your local news channel has
Their own.
a social media
They
page.
got their own social media page.
So it's like
Everybody.
information on the go. You had to wait until 5 or 6 o'clock at night to watch the news, or watch it in the morning, or pick up a newspaper. Nowadays, it's right there,
And it's interactive because
and it's right there.
and because the news is not only are they putting out shit on their social media pages, their pages, they're waiting for they're telling you if you come across anything. If you see anything that's happening out there, post it. We want to know about it. That's what the news channels are saying. Like if you see shit happening out there,
you post that shit.
You post it on there on
Working for you,
our website. Post it on our
Yeah.
on our app. So
Right.
everything's interactive. Everybody's out there with their phone taping everything that they can tape. People ain't trying to help you no more. They trying to tape. They trying to get video of it.
Yeah,
Motherfucker dying and they just get the camera like
because you want to see.
because you want to
You
go
that witness.
you want to go viral.
Yeah, you want to go viral. Yeah, and usually that's what goes on the thing. But it's one of those things where even your favorite anchor, you want to know what she did this past weekend.
You
Guess what
following?
she did?
Nah,
You following her.
look, you got her on you following her on Instagram.
Motherfucker Dan Rather, I want to know what he did this weekend.
Nicole Killian, whatever, and I want to see what she ran a marathon
Shit.
this weekend. I want to see that.
Walter Cronkite better wish he had some shit. She know what he went. I went fishing this weekend or something. You want to be personal with some of these cats because you're like, oh, that's my favorite dude. I'm about to watch him. Now you get to follow him.
Didn't plan to go that long on that, but that shit gave me a headache. Fucking fussing with Kevin, man. We ain't gonna never see eye to eye on shit.
Let's go.
That's just the way it is. That's the black and white of it.
We the
you know?
fucking
We need transmission music. or
Like I
something.
know y'all heard earlier. I know. We need to
Transmission.
We steal that from Joe. We need to hear Gap Band. We need to hear Gap Band right now. From Joe Budden. They play that music, put them in a better mood, but
Fuck.
Hey, E, you had an update on the Dallas cops.
It's not an update. It's
more information. What you got?
nah, it wasn't more information either. It's just I heard.
They were fucking.
Remember last week that I
We
said that
that's what we said, right?
I said that I believe that there's something more going on, that maybe they fucking.
Yeah, remember that.
We talking about the Dallas cop that shot the guy sitting in his house, went into the guy's house and shot him because she was in
Damn.
the wrong apartment.
Yeah.
But I guess they're saying that they found some like a flak jacket and some other kind of equipment, but it's all police issue.
Police issue.
What?
And so it's putting out there now that maybe it was hers and she was keeping it there, and so maybe they had some type of relationship.
They gonna check the DNA?
I don't know what they're
going
I
down.
don't know what they're gonna be able to check, but
hey, somebody on that building knew what was up. 'Cause
It's- I
everybody
mean,
knows a building is going on.
the truth is gonna come out. But there's no way in the world that she. There's no way in the world. Because I heard one thing. And it made sense to me. It was like, okay, come on, you in your right mind enough. Okay, because she worked at, what was it, 10-hour shift or something like that. She had
15-hour shift or something
okay,
like
a
that.
15-hour shift. So she was that tired. They say, but you were alert enough to go to clock out, right? You were
Drive
alert.
home.
You were alert to go to your locker, get your stuff, do everything. Go to your right locker, get all your stuff. You were alert enough to go to your car. You were alert enough to drive yourself home. You were alert enough to park your car. Alert enough to to use your, when they say that, what they were using, punch out. You punched out, your job with your time card and everything. There were just so many examples that they used that she was alert enough to do that, or alert enough to tell the guy to freeze, because she was telling the guy to stop and all that stuff. But the part that you weren't alert about is that you that you was on the wrong floor, at the wrong apartment.
Walked into the wrong.
Yeah, it's just like it just makes no sense. None of
Yeah.
it makes any sense that you could be not alert for that, but be alert enough to continue
That's
everything
crazy.
else.
Didn't we say in the last episode that we when you're somewhere, the smell alone tells you that.
Yeah, it's gotta tell you, man. There's no way in the
the
world.
smell alone got to tell you something wrong here.
Especially before you pull a trigger. I mean, you about to kill somebody. You got.
Use alert then.
I'm thinking you gotta know this is your house if you about to kill somebody over it. Like killing somebody for talking to your girl, then finding out that, oh, that ain't my girl.
You ain't look at the
My
floor,
bad.
man.
That ain't my chick.
You ain't look at the floor, man.
You know that's your chick, man. You know. There's no way in the world you didn't know that was your girl. Oh, my bad.
You would think so.
You would think. It just don't make no sense.
She catch
But
him,
anyway,
you
yeah.
catch him with another chick in there.
So they fucking. I know they fucking.
I have to agree with you. I think they fucking. I think something like that went down, and I think she went in there to take care of her business.
She was probably fighting. She probably had an argument
with
because
him. Yeah.
he got caught. He got caught on social media
There we go.
with another
There we
chick.
go.
So she was like, I ain't having that.
Idiot.
So she shot him.
Probably talking to my old girlfriend from St. Lucia.
She probably.
St. Croix.
Boy.
And got it, man.
You know what?
You
That's a
shoot a
life
nigga.
changing.
So
That's a life changing.
You
From
can't
St.
shoot-
Lucia to Texas?
you can't shoot a nigga for cheating, can you?
Hey, motherfuckers has been shot for that shit.
Oh, many niggas have been shot. I got people in my family that's been. I ain't gonna say. Let me see.
Man, people got shot for nothing. Sometimes.
I got a couple of uncles that I think
She just don't have that
I
badge.
think been shot. I got one uncle that's been shot. Like my uncle Johnny, I think he been shot like twice, or got beat. I don't know how the story. Maybe he got stabbed twice, but all by his wife's. His wife's
God damn.
plural.
You said like more than once?
I'm just going by the legend. Like this is his legend. His
story?
laurel. Yeah, he's a whole.
Oh,
He stayed
yeah.
in trouble. He used to try to hit on everybody, I guess. My uncle
I think
Johnny.
We always got one family member's got like everybody talk about. Got a story.
This nigga tried
Legend.
This nigga trying to hit everybody.
Who? Your uncle?
Second.
Yeah, I got an uncle, but he's my uncle. But I'm trying to think how. It's like on my mom's side, so they got like different moms, same dad or something like that, but different moms. But he a legend when it comes to cheating and shit. This nigga.
He probably from that,
That
from that
motherfucker
era.
said he a legend.
Yeah,
From
because
that era.
I ain't never heard a good story about Uncle Johnny. They always telling me everything I hear about is how he. This nigga was with. I think he's with 2 or 3 people in my family. So it wasn't even like he was like with different folks down the street. This nigga was. This nigga was messing with
family
different
members?
folks, and he was messing with cousins and shit. I think.
He said, "Fuck it, why leave?" I got a
he's,
whole.
he's that uncle. I think he didn't want. Man, I hope I ain't got. We ain't that big yet, so I don't think I got no family members listening. But he's that uncle you don't want to leave the kids around.
Yo, shit.
Hey, he might.
Yo,
yeah.
shit.
He might give you bad advice.
Yo, shit.
I
Bad
ain't-
advice, my ass.
I ain't, no. Now he might.
What was you
give
saying
the
about the
touching.
five? What you said
Oh,
about the
he
$5 million?
Oh, yeah,
league?
toucher.
$5
Yeah,
million
don't
in the
leave.
dick.
But I'm talking.
Toucher.
Hey, we talking about one of them.
Well, I'm not
No,
talking about
don't-
boys. I'm talking about the women. I ain't never heard about him and boys, but I heard you
leave
can't leave your daughters.
No girls around.
You don't leave
Yeah.
no girl cousins and daughters around because he might shoot his shot.
Hey, motherfuckers got them in their family. I know we got one. Someone back there. My mom was like, don't go nowhere, that motherfucker.
You know I
Yeah,
got a
that was my-
football in my
Yeah.
garage.
Yes.
Trying to throw some lines on
Yeah,
there.
don't go nowhere with that
You know I
motherfucker.
got a Coke machine.
One of them old school ones, they had the
Yeah,
bottles.
the old school.
Got the bottles,
You know I got
put
a
the
Coke
bottle out.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
You know I got that
Pull
old
out the
box on
bottles.
bricks in the backyard. Needs to paint some tires on that motherfucker. I got like 2
That's funny
boxes
as
of it
shit,
sits. Got a gumball machine next to a pool table.
Hey,
Oh,
just,
that
just,
shit
you
just
better-
a little spin off of
that shit the
the
kids
social media shit. Because Eric brought up a very valid point. Think of something that your parents your parents said to do or not do or whatever it is, or something that we did was stupid, and we thought this shit was like, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. I got this shit right. Can you think of anything like that your parents was like, you shouldn't be doing this shit because blah
Don't
blah
go
blah
into
blah.
the Navy.
Going into the Navy, was it?
My mom told me don't do it. Oh my God! I said I'm out, my G.
In the Navy.
I was out. She said no, don't do it. I was like, I already signed up. I'm out, my mom. I'm out, G. I'm out. And by the time you know it, she said, hey, fuck it. I don't know why. She did the same shit too. She traveled on the ship. What the fuck?
That's why she knew.
Yeah, that's totally different what she had. She was civilian. I was military. She was like living the life. She was traveling a lot more than I did.
You know, it's funny, and I know we're gonna talk about this topic later on, but I think one of the things that's glaringly stuck out to me about my mom, it was like, you know, dating outside your race. You know, that shit was like, that was like taboo. And she got a couple of kids that did the shit, a few kids, you know, that did the shit. So I remember like, yeah, well, you know, they different from us. And she tried to give me all these different reasons. And all I was thinking about is, I'm fucking. I'm not trying to discriminate. I'm fucking.
Whoever giving it up.
Eric, that was. It's like, I'm not listening to you on that.
Shit,
I'm about to hit these.
I think I was about to get into an arranged marriage, to tell you the truth.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she was just, my mom was like, you need to get you a Cape Verdean woman. Shout out to the Cape Verdeans. Yeah, she was like, yeah, I think there's a couple of people in back in the islands that like to be a U.S. citizen, as you know. I was like, what the fuck? Hell no, I ain't doing that shit. What she look like? What she look like, ma?
That's
like,
crazy.
Shit. Nah, I was good. She was, I think she was content with having my kid, and I wouldn't say she was just like, I wish you would have been married before you had a kid. I'm like, come on now.
Eric, moms ever give you any advice, pops? Said you not to do something, you did it anyway? You feeling like they know they was talking about?
Sagging.
That nigga said sagging.
Sagging like the kids now?
Man, my parents used to hate that shit.
Yeah, your 501s?
Man, my 501s used to be down. Had them boxer shorts showing for good.
Shit.
Yeah, I was part of that. Hate to admit it. I look at the kids now and think they look stupid, but I can't say nothing. I had to.
We started it though.
Wait a minute, your T-shirt weren't long enough?
It was long, but I just have it where they sat.
You cuffed.
But he had boxes on, Tom. He had no Dudunted on, Tom.
I had the
No,
boxes.
but I'm just saying. Just saying, if your shirt was long enough, you wouldn't. Damn, you had to be.
And we used to. And back then, because I didn't have this stomach right here then, we pull our shirts off all the time. We always had like wife beaters on a shirt off or something.
Yeah.
With
Tucked in your
501s, with 501s and boxers showing, and we used to cuff the bottom of the 501s up under, not up on the outside.
Inside,
Up under.
Yep.
Iron them pants legs be
Iron them
short as fuck.
motherfuckers
Pants legs be this short because you sagging all the way down like that.
Yeah.
Iron them motherfuckers until they have that white crease.
We used to wear them 501s, the 501 shrink to fits, and then we wouldn't wash them.
Yeah.
Because they were hard until you wash them. Then you wash them, they turn into a whole different material. And once you wash them, we was like, you didn't want them no more after that.
Crease though.
Like, you be ironing them motherfuckers be stinking like a mother. You ain't ironing. You ain't washed them motherfuckers in 6, 7, 10 wears.
Because you want it crisp.
Iron them and ooh, them shits smell like
Motherfuckers stinking.
foot and ass.
Yeah, but but when they were new, they kept that crisp, hard.
Kinda
Yeah, they was
stiffness
like
to 'em,
cardboard
right?
Yeah,
almost.
they were like, and they look brand new. They ain't got that the
Once you wash them,
the crunchiness in the behind the knees.
once you wash them, they turn into regular looking old like jeans, regular old looking
Faded like they do now.
Wranglers and shit.
Yeah. They ain't fixed that
Now
part.
it's faded.
You know, like cowboy jeans.
All that shit
Don't wash.
we used to avoid looking faded. Now
Yeah.
this is what's in now.
We used to do the same thing with the Dickies too. We used to wear the Dickies and we didn't want to wash them until the last minute too, because they stayed stiff forever.
Yeah.
Pause.
Stiff.
Stayed stiff forever.
That's crazy, dude.
Shit.
Well,
Shit.
that's where it is.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
So, like I said, I don't know how this podcast came off this week. I know there was a lot of heated argument over. I ain't gonna say heated. I'm saying emotional. What would you say emotional? What would you say earlier? What'd you call it?
What discussion?
Yeah.
Or,
What would you call the discussion?
Passionate.
Passionate
We all
discussion
have our
over.
opinions.
But I don't know how that came across. Hopefully, you know, it's enjoyable to somebody. But it is what it is. We try to keep it. You know, we actually paused and decided, thought about taking that out, but we decided to leave it in to keep it real.
I'm gonna ride with it.
And we're going to see, keep it real and let it be what it is. But at the same time, reason why I'm bringing all that up because whoever, whosoever, whoever our listeners are, the one or two of you guys that's listening to us,
Nah.
shout out to
Give us
Bobby
more
Mitchell.
credit.
Robert Mitchell, shout out to my man.
Yeah, you don't know him.
Yeah, he's one
Super fan.
he's one of our super fans. We need some ratings, y'all. We need for y'all to get on there, and whoever's listening, to let us know you're listening.
Yeah, we need
Give
those,
us a rating,
We need those stars.
whatever
man.
it is. Let us know. Whatever. Nice catch. Both feet in.
Nope.
You got 1 feet in. Anyway, college. What they saying? Is it out or in? Anyway, we need those ratings, bro. We need whatever the platform you're listening to it on. Let it be known. Let them know that you're listening and stuff. Let us know you're listening. We're going to start putting a lot more things on Instagram. You're starting to see our Instagram page is it's coming. I know it's slow, but it's coming. And we got some things in the works. So our YouTube page we're working on right now. So it will be video eventually. And we got a couple other things that we're working on. So, man, let us know.
Yeah, let us know how we're doing.
And if you think I'm sorry, Tone, real quick.
Go ahead.
If you think I sound a little slower and retarded right now, it's because I'm also watching football. And these kids-
LSU,
yeah,
Auburn, and
these,
shit.
yeah, these kids are playing. They replaying the LSU Auburn game, and these guys is playing. And so my sentences is long and drawn out. But go ahead, Toe. What you gonna say?
Yeah, just we appreciate you guys. Just give us a rating if you like what we hear. If you can relate. If you
Gotta
can
catch that.
if you like what you're hearing and you're cracking up and laughing, just let us know because we just
Or if you mad and arguing with us, like
if you
this
say you
stupid
motherfuckers ain't shit, let us know. Comment. Hit us up on our Instagram
Say it.
page.
Yeah, say it. Say that.
Let us know something. Comment. Let us know that hey, you motherfuckers ain't
If you
shit.
think Kevin should not have a mic and just be doing engineer stuff and doing this stuff, just let us know, and we'll make it happen.
Right. And don't trip. I mean, we listen to other podcasts too. And damn sure we like some of y'all, but let us know how we doing. Because this is Don't Be Stupid podcast. So, Kev?
Well, I guess
He stepped out.
I
Hey,
guess
and also, Kev, real quick, there's a
Eric
couple.
ain't
I'm
done yet.
sorry. There was a couple
he
of
ain't never done.
No, I just wanted to say this. I shouldn't be saying it because I don't have them in front of me, but there's a few podcasts that's joined us on that's start following us on Instagram and stuff, and they gave us some likes and stuff. So we appreciate that, and in return we've been listening to some of your shows and stuff, and really enjoying them. So when the time comes later, we'll shout out them to it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I'm fucking up right there, like the alcohol messing with me. I guess
You
I just
drink
wanted to add that.
Man, ain't nobody trying to hear what you say. Turn on the music, bro.
It
Hit
doesn't
the
matter.
music.
It doesn't matter what you have in your mind or what you're thinking about when you're sitting there listening to us. Just get into it. Just talk shit about us. Just comment and do whatever makes you feel good when you listen to the Don't Be
Just
Stupid.
play the music, nigga.
Don't Be Stupid podcast because ignorance is a motherfucker.
Go ahead.
And I got the ignorance motherfucker in the room with me every week.
Don't be talking about
What's
me.
his name? I don't even know who. What's his
Don't
name?
talk about me,
Give me a
man.
name. Give me a name.
I can't give you a
Snoopy.
name because it's not. It's just something you can't do, man.
Eric.
Fuck it, Tone. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that motherfucker right there. But hey, yeah, they said it all. I ain't really got nothing to say about it. Just like, just join in, man. Have fun with us. Talk a little shit.
I
Fuck
know
it.
you ain't
if you
talking
don't
shit,
think,
Tone.
if you don't think I
got
need a mic,
another beige
that's
nigga
cool.
I could bring in here
But
right
I
away.
guarantee
Check your
you,
spot.
I guarantee you, if we shut this nigga Eric's
Beige-
mic off, we gonna be all good.
Beige niggas are a dime a dozen.
Oh, no.
Old beige niggas is everywhere.
There's a few of us. There's a few of us in our
Nah,
club.
there's a whole bunch of them.
Woo.
I see
Here
a
we go.
whole bunch of them.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Old beige skin.
Let's get it.
You-
Ow. Once again, here we go.
Shit.
Bust around. Check it out. I got some rhymes.
Spit them then. Shit, I'm listening.
Nigga, I'm about to. You just stepped all over my big. Go, nigga. Just end the show. End the show, man. End the show. Man.
So you're not gonna spit?
Nah.
You want me
Not
to
gonna happen?
Nah, go.
You want me
Just
to call
go.
Drake?
Go. End it.
Hey, that's the
Just the day
motherfucking
when I
show.
was rocking down.
This ignorant motherfucker in the back, man. Say something. Tell me something, man. I know I could be completely wrong. Can be completely right, or maybe I'm just delusional, or whatever it is about that social media shit. But that's just my opinion. So fuck
He's
it.
delusional. Let us know how you feel
What's
about
up, though?
Kevin having to leave. We know he needs to leave. We're working on it.
Yeah. Hopefully we can.
Get rid of him.
I need to get.
But it's kind of it's his house.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, we're just gonna get rid of E.
It's that nigga's house. Oh, you gonna get rid of me?
We need Kev.
It's gonna get rid of me.
Oh, my bad. It's your show. My bad.
Anyway, so if it's his house, my show, nigga, where's that leave you?
I'm gonna call in.
This is a sick. You some sick motherfuckers, dude.
I'm gonna call.
Let's go.
All
It's
you
Whopper time.
motherfuckers.
It's Whopper
Yeah.
time.
Me and anybody go get some Whopper.
Get some Whoppers.
All I gotta say is peace.
Let's go.
Love you, Ma.
Let's go.